All right, okay. So let's look at number 40 in our test review. Okay, so it's a proof, but you'll be okay. So just think about the steps that we talked about in class. So just read what they give you, and also just read what you need to prove. Then we're gonna come over here and just see if there's any other information that we can gather from this diagram. Then we're just gonna work through our statement side, and then we're gonna use our justification side to kind of double check our work. So let's go ahead and let's tackle this guy right here. Let's go ahead and let's write down our given. So they're saying ray HJ bisects angle, this angle right here, IHK. And we're also given another second part to our given. They're saying that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, right? But I'm gonna just work with this guy right here and see where it takes me. If I get stuck, then I'm gonna bring this guy over. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish writing our given. Boom. Then let's go ahead and just write our angle. Our angle is to prove that angle 2 is congruent to angle 3. So let's just write that bad boy down here. Awesome. So let's look at this diagram over here, and let's just see if we can gather anything else from it. So we know so far that this ray right here, okay, it bisects this whole angle right here, angle IHK. From what we learned in the past, if something bisects, okay, an angle or a segment or anything, it cuts it in half, right? So if it cuts it in half, then we have two equal parts. Angle 1, okay, and angle 2 are gonna be congruent. They're two equal parts, right? So I'm gonna write that down over here. Okay, so angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Because this dude right here, ray HJ, bisects, right? Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and write down my info, all right? Angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Trying to think if there's anything else I can do. Not too much. So what I'm gonna do is bring out my second given over here. I'm gonna bring that guy down, all right? So know that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. All right, so that's also given. Well, if I know that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, and angle 1 is also congruent to angle 3, can't I just replace angle 2 with angle 1 and say, yo, angle 2 is also congruent to angle 3. OMG, look at that. Those are the same. We just reached our angle. So all I did right here, right, is just I replace. Remember we said another fancy word for replace in math is substitution? So that's what we did, okay? But before I write that reason down, let me just go back to the beginning and just make sure what I'm doing makes sense. So first thing we do always with proofs is write down our given. So we have two givens in this case. We took down this first guy right here. Okay, we said ray HJ bisects angle IHK, all right? Reason being, because it was given. And because this ray was bisecting this whole big angle right here, that's the reason why we were able to say, hey, angle 1 and angle 2 were congruent. That was just the definition of an angle bisector. Then we're like, okay, we can't do anything else with this guy right here. So then we brought down our second given, which they said, hey, angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. Reason? Given. Then we're like, yo, I'm saying that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, and also angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. So all we did was just replace that angle 1 with angle 2. Fancy word for replace, substitution. And then boom, we just did our proof.